Hey guys, JJLightning here, Johnny Koterba, and I am with Damian Beal right here and his 1959 Impala that is totally off the chain. You got to see this thing. I've been wanting to get this on film for how many years now?
I don't know, probably at least 2.
At least 2 or 3 years. We've been wanting to get it on. Joe says 4. Okay. Well, we're going to give you a little tour of the car right now, and what's really impressed me is the guy's the air conditioning guy, and he did this car all by himself. So, check it out.
Hey. Hi, I'm Damian. I built this contraption in the backyard over about 2 years. It started out as a 59 Bel Air post, and the actual car under the body is a 1997 Lincoln Town Car. So the first thing was really cutting the body away and then shortening and doing a little lengthening and narrowing in some areas of the Town Car carcass to get this to fit over top of it. Seam it all together, hang kind of all new brackets for the front end was really the pain because there's nothing left to hang any of the front end on. But then I was lucky enough to find 59 convertible parts, the rack, the tub, the windshield posts, everything in Tampa to graft that all in there and turn it into a convertible, because I wouldn't want to destroy an actual convertible to turn into a fun car like this. But all in all, with the complete project, it was about 2 years, and so far it's doing excellent. I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. It runs and drives like a 97 Town Car, but has all the fun looks of a 59. All right, the front end's a little different from a 59. I really like the 60 front end, so I put the 60 front bumper on there. It's more of a thin blade type bumper that has these little fins on the side of it. The 59 is almost kind of like just a solid truck looking bumper, which it looks good, but I really like the 60 bumper. The bottom there was just some cut off of a billet grill, I think off of like a 2500 Chevy truck that I'd be able to cut it, make it fit in there to cover that hole. The 60 front bumper has a big metal plate there, but I needed air to get into that. That's right where the condenser feeds for the air conditioning. Oh, yeah. But yeah, with the little LED lights, it kind of gives it that spaceship look. Goes along with the, I mean, these are another awesome part of the 59, just factory, these little airplanes on the front. The whole car has that airplane theme, which I've just been crazy about ever since I seen this thing 30 years ago or so when I fell in love with.
Now tell me about this paint. Now, where did you paint this car?
In the backyard, there's not much finesse involved with doing a paint like this. I did a lot of reading beforehand on what the bass boats used to do. They used to actually mold it, a lot of it right into the gel coat, but a lot of the 70s buggies and whatnot, when they're talking about repairing it and how they would do it, they would either lay a bunch of goop down and blow it on there, either a glue or just clear and blow the actual flake on there, or I picked up a trick on an old hot rod forum about using a drywall textured gun, like a hopper spray gun where they would shoot sealing texture and whatnot. So that's how I did it. I just basically loaded it up with pounds of flake, a little bit of clear to actually get it on the car, and then comes just the weeks of spraying 3-4 layers of clear and sanding the whole car, 3 more layers of clear, sanding, and you have to just keep going until you get that nice smooth finish, which that's really the only difficult part of the paint job is trying not to burn through, because this is colored flake. If you sand too far, you'll get big chrome streaks. But otherwise, it's really just a time thing, not really a skill thing to lay down a paint job like that. The little decor here actually is kind of funny. It's a real big thing over the last, I'd say, 15 years or so in the lowrider world to have a lot of jewelry, a lot of etching. A lot of guys just go absolutely crazy with serious money involved with taking these parts, stripping them down, etching them and plating them, but I kind of cheated on these little flare pieces here. These are actually stainless plates from the thrift store. You can see the rim of it here. I just kind of cut it out, shaped it, and polished it, and adhered them just to give a little extra flair for a couple dollars versus a couple thousand. Yeah.
I love it.
But it gives the same effect.
And you got the same thing on both sides. You got spotlights, and then you got the mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about these particular cars is they have a real neat look when you just have all the accessories on there, right? Mm-hmm. The more little, you know, deflectors and skirts and buttons and gizmos, kind of gives it more of that spaceship feel to it.
Even your door handle you have.
Yeah, the little guards, right? Every little accessory that they kind of came out with for these cars, it gives it a whole different feel when you have those everywhere.
So you have it down here as well, and then you have your Impala with in the diamond. Those are real diamonds, right?
Oh, sure.
Love it. On your
little skirt guard there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so I see PAC MAN down there.
PAC MAN. Yes, I've always had a love for those first video games. Just the art, the noises, the black background with the neon lights coming through. Just kind of mixed with my favorite art was a lot of actually Pee Wee Herman, where he kind of retroed the 50s and the 80s together. And it's always just been my absolute favorite, and it's kind of a blend of everything on this car, where the plaid, I think the love of plaid came from Roddy Piper. Same time, right around 1985, is just my favorite little slice of art between all the graphic art with professional wrestling at the time, and Elvira, Pee Wee has always just been my absolute favorite. All right, the bumper is a Continental kit that they did make back in '59, a couple of outfits. This one's a repop that I got from a guy in Canada, because these new old stock '59s, there's been a few of them that have surfaced here and there. Just for the bumperette, the bars, and the latch, you guys are asking like $18,000 for the original one. So this is far, far better to get just a repop, right? Especially on a car that's not a concourse original car. But once again, just the more accessories, the more spaceship for me it looks, and I just love the extra bumper guards, the little blade guards here, and the Continental kit, right, with the dual antennas. It just gives it such a outer space look. I added these little fender guards here to just keep going with it, little ornaments for the license plate. The taillights, the housings and everything are original. Just incredible design they had back in '59. The actual bulbs are a little circuit board with a bunch of little LEDs, which kind of give it more of an arcade feel at night, which I love the way it shines through. It's just can't get enough of whoever designed this car back in that time. I got a little backup camera, because when the top's up you can't hardly see anything behind you, just so I don't smash into anybody. The insides is kind of a bit of a Joanne Fabrics craft day, but I really like the campy kind of hokey stuff that's goes right along with the love of that mid-'80s Elvira kind of fun. I think I mentioned before the plaid, I'm pretty sure had stuck with me ever since the Roddy Piper days. Mm-hmm. He was one of my favorite wrestlers when he was a heel back in the mid-'80s. Got a bunch of little mirrors glued everywhere on the dash. I'm probably going to end up putting the '59 dash in here when I do get time. I wanted to get on the road, so I kind of left it town car, but I did keep all the insides from the old cars. That one day I'd like to get that fit in here, because the original dash is just another amazing piece from the '50s. Mm-hmm. Fur, just Love the comfort of the fur. I got Odie riding in the back.
Oh yeah.
Another more love from that time.
What's really impressive and really looks cool is your when you have the top up, it's lace,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
Yeah, it's just a, it's like a white canvas with a lace over the top of it. And it gives a neat little effect. I like to color that lace so you kind of get a 3D effect, but haven't got around to that yet either. All right, take a look on the underside. This has got a pretty nutty hydraulic setup on here where it can get up and lean over pretty good. Kind of get a decent look of some of the stuff under there. It's mostly still factory town car with just a lot of glitter and mirrors. The rear section had been kind of reworked over. The whole frame I plated with 1/4-inch steel all the way around just to give a little more meat, because these cars like to bend around, especially after a couple years of doing this over and over.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the rear section is all just link arms versus kind of the 4-link that was there before. You make these arms nice and long so you get a lot of extra play out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the rear end was actually out of a Ford Ranger that is just perfect size, so I didn't have to narrow it or lengthen it at all. And it being drum brakes gives a nice narrow section to suck up under there and get a nice good tall 3-wheel where you can just about lay that other side right on the ground.
Now, didn't you tell me you extended these?
Yeah, I mean, all those bars and link arms are all just handmade, right? All the little tabs are just welded onto the frame. And just takes a lot of trial and error until you can get that thing to lean over just right and get as far up in there before you pinch something. So you have to move things a little bit, try it, teeter it over, cut, shorten things, lengthen things until you get it just right.
Takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit of time.
Now, how long did it take you to put all these mirrors on here?
Well, not too terribly long. Just a lot of rubber cement and a little paintbrush. And so far, not a lot of them have flown off yet, so
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
that's amazing. Now, you use this thing. That's what's impressive.
Yeah,
You bring it to a lot of the local shows.
I do.
Everybody loves that.
Yeah. If I can't drive it, I can't enjoy it. The front had some reinforcing here and there. The lower arms I had to shorten up and plate them up. The top arms came off of a Cadillac. The factory Lincoln arms aren't really long enough and don't really fold in the right way to get a better height out of it. So they're still holding up pretty good with the flake. It's probably going to need a redo in a couple years, but it still don't look too bad. It still has a little sparkle to it.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of wheels you got on this thing now? We were talking about the wheels.
Those are actually old bolt-on McLeans. The old 56 spoke made in the 90s. They're kind of a needle in the haystack because for a while, when the knockoffs got real popular in about the late 90s forward, everyone threw these away and used them as hose reels. So it's kind of hard to find a good set of the bolt-ons, but the reason I picked them also is I could put the 59 spinners over top of the pan there. It has a nice big pan instead of the knockoff type has a real small little front hole to it. So yeah, I was able to incorporate those old 59 spinners on there, which have that great little Impala logo on them. Well, we put the top up. John loves the little lace pattern here. Came out pretty good. It's just a white canvas with a wedding lace sewn over top of it. Gives it some good texture. Keep the eyes moving.
Definitely gives it some good contrast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, how long did it take you to do that?
Probably about a week.
Yeah.
You know, just cutting it, fitting it, trying to stretch it so it maintains its shape and get it to look right.
I love it.
That's my car. Hope you liked it. Subscribe to JJLightning because he's got the best channel.